Howdy, and welcome back to the Texas Bucket List, where we celebrate life in the Lone Star State. And what better way to do that than with a big old cigar? Our next stop is in Texas City, where we found a cigar shop with a Cuban connection and a colossal collection of handmade Coronas. Texas City is a town known for refining, but over in downtown, you'll find a refined place for folks who like to puff their own smoke.
We're one of the few that do everything the true, traditional Cuban style.
Manny Lopez is the owner and founder of El Cubano Cigars, and there's one thing he wants to clear up.
My life is not every day smoking cigars and drinking whiskey and rum.
Could have fooled us.
Come on into the El Cubano Cigar Humidor, where we keep all of our El Cubano cigars that are ready to enjoy.
I love the smell in here, man.
Yeah, it's all awesome. So it's all Spanish cedar, the walls and ceiling, everything, as well as the boxes, is all Spanish cedar lines.
Now I see all these are your cigars, but they have different labels.
That's correct. So what's unique about us here at El Cubano Cigar Factory, since we are a cigar factory, we only sell the cigars that we make. So every cigar that you will find in this humidor, which is over 100 different cigars, are all handmade here on the premises.
Now these aren't 5-cent cigars, but they are a bargain and come with a bonus.
The cigar's $7. The hour of therapy is free.
Manny's family hails from Cuba, where the Lopez family had a long, rich tradition of growing tobacco on the island nation since 1904. That is until Castro took over and instituted a new way of doing things.
Basically, they come in, take over the property, and then you can work for them at a very minimal wage. It happened to many families where all their property was confiscated by the government, and most people left at that point because there was no need to be there and be exploited by the government.
Manny's family escaped to America.
There was a job opportunity for my father here in Texas, and we came to Texas and to Houston and been here ever since. Proud to be American.
Manny's father, Manuel, would occasionally trifle with tobacco, and since they had a history of it in their family, they decided to open El Cubano Cigar Factory.
It's been such a big part of our family that it was taught to me at an early age, because my dad always rolled his own cigars. So he taught me as I'm 7, 8 years old about, you know, cigars and the culture and what it's involved and what it's all about.
Well, most dads teach their sons at that age about baseball.
That's it. Well, I played a lot of baseball.
The real home run here is the family tradition of rolling smoke.
We do everything the traditional way, the way my family over the generations have done it. It's a very unique way of rolling cigars, and it gives it a little bit different burn, a little different flavor profile, something with a lot of Cuban traditions in it, but it's actually rolled here in Texas. 3 different types of filler in every cigar that we make. We use a seco for combustibility, we use a diesel flavor and aroma, ligero for strength. So she'll take that, and each leaf she'll kind of make a little tube, what we call entubado, and then she'll roll that into the binder, and from there it'll go into the mold where it'll press for about 3 hours on average, and then we'll pull it out and we'll add the outer wrapper.
Now you see how compact they get everything in there, because it looks like a big bundle of leaves.
Exactly. And where all the leaves are placed are very important so that you get proper combustion with the cigar. Your darker, richer tobacco will be in the center of the cigar, and then around the exterior will be your lighter, your seco, your faster burning tobacco. And that will kind of help keep it burning properly.
When it comes to picking out your handmade cigar, the options can be a bit daunting, but Manny is there to guide you through the haze to pick the perfect stogie.
The different color labels will designate the country of origin of the tobacco that we use to make the cigar. So if you start here, we have like our white label. For example, that's our Ecuadorian blends. Okay. We also do Nicaraguans will be red. Our blue labels are Dominican blends. Our green labels are Honduran. We have the Manny Special, which is our gold label. And then we have our Manny Anniversary, which is our silver label.
Well, a couple of these definitely stick out, Manny, and I gotta ask, is there a reason for this?
Well, that's when you have a lot of time on your hands.
Yeah, I would say a couple hours.
At least. So that's a Gran Corona in the Manny Limited. That is a 49 ring gauge by 9 1/4 inches long. So.
All right. Well, not to be outdone, you got One for boys like me too, huh?
That's it, that's it. We got the big boy. So that's the Gran Presidente, the Grand President. That's a 7-inch by 70 ring gauge there. That gives you about 2.5 hours to 3 hours of smoke time there.
So anytime you
Great
want
for
to.
golf.
And the football game.
And the football game,
Yeah.
that's right. My name's on every cigar. It says Manny El Cubano Lopez on every cigar. So I take a lot of pride in that. And when somebody smokes one of my cigars, you know, I want to make sure that it's the best that I can possibly make.
The conversation and camaraderie of the lounge is where this experience truly gets its full flavor. A chance to hear the stories of how we all got here, to this moment in time, to celebrate a glorious day in Texas.
Our culture here is about maybe a little bit of music in the background, but it's more about conversation. I want to create conversations, you know, and that, to me, that's very important. I don't ever plan on being the biggest cigar maker in the world, but I'd be very content being the best cigar maker in the world.